What starts as a harmless ghost hunt in an old barn quickly spirals into a terrifying encounter that leaves a lasting impression. What dark presence lurked in the shadows, waiting for unsuspecting visitors? Hello, I'm Erudai and welcome to Moonskull. If you're looking for tales of horror, the paranormal, sci-fi, and the unexplained, then you are in the right place. I'll tell you 4,500 wonderful fear addicts, as well as a 30% of you closet horror buffs who have still not subscribed yet, the story I just mentioned. But first, let me show you how you can show us your support. If you enjoy our spine-tingling tales and want to keep the nightmares coming, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. You can also support us by using the donation link on the screen, which can be found in the description of the video. Your support helps us keep bringing you these wild stories from the unknown. Now, let's dive into Megan's chilling experience. It was the time of year when Halloween creeps into everyone's mind, and young Megan was no exception. She grew up in a rented house that bordered on sprawling farmland, owned by a landlord who often came by to maintain the property. With wide open spaces to explore and the freedom to roam, Megan and her sister loved every moment spent there, even gaining permission to play in the old barn. It was a place of laughter, hide and seek, and warm memories. That is, until the whispers of the past started to stir. The barn, with its weathered wood and creaking beams, felt alive with history. However, as the seasons changed, so did the atmosphere. One afternoon, while playing in the barn, Megan's sister mentioned hearing strange noises. Megan, the older sibling, took delight in scaring her and told her it was a ghost. She looked terrified, her imagination running wild, but Megan shrugged it off. Deep down, though, she felt an inkling of fear herself, especially as she noticed odd happenings around the property. Doors that creaked open without a soul around, and their dog barking at invisible shadows. Then came the fateful weekend when Megan's cousins visited. Eager to showcase their rural playground, Megan seized the opportunity to take them on a ghost hunting adventure in their barn. Armed with flashlights and a Polaroid camera, they snuck under the cover of darkness, excitement bubbling in their chests. As they entered the barn, the scent of hay and dust enveloped them, mixing with the cool night air. Megan reminded everyone to tread lightly and to not disturb anything, but the rambunctious nature of her cousins quickly took over as they jumped around, laughing and making a mess. Climbing to the upper level of the barn, they settled into a corner, intent on calling out to any spirits that might be listening. Megan attempted to channel her best ghost hunting bravado, but as she called out into the empty space, she couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. It wasn't just the eerie darkness or the old barn creaking. There was an unsettling silence, as if the world had paused around them. She glanced at her cousins, who were now distracted by the beams of their flashlights dancing across the wooden walls. Then, without warning, Megan felt a sudden chill wash over her, a coldness that penetrated her bones. The atmosphere shifted, and she heard it. A faint whisper, barely audible, as if someone was calling to her from the shadows. She turned to look, but there was only darkness. Trying to shake off the feeling, she snapped a photo with her Polaroid, thinking the flash would light up the room. As she waited for the image to develop, the hairs on her neck stood on end. The photo appeared, revealing a shadow that looked like 2 feet peeking out from the dark corner. But before she could respond, the silence was broken by a thunderous crash from the lower level. The footsteps began, heavy and determined, thudding against the wooden stairs, echoing throughout the barn. Panic surged through Megan's veins as she saw her cousins freeze, eyes wide with fear. They had all heard it, the unmistakable sound of someone or something moving swiftly up the stairs. In an instant, Megan turned to the door, shoving her cousins ahead of her. She could hear their quick breathing, their hearts racing in sync with hers. They barreled down the stairs, adrenaline fueling their escape, but as they reached the bottom, the door shook violently behind them. Something was trying to get in. Slamming the door shut, Megan locked it with a trembling hand. The thudding continued, louder and more aggressive, as if whatever was on the other side was furious. They fled into the night, Megan's sister bursting into tears, and Megan could feel the weight of terror pressing down on her. The aftermath was chaotic. Their parents were awakened by the commotion, but Megan's attempts to explain what had happened fell on deaf ears. Her mom was convinced it was just a prank gone wrong, banishing them from the barn for the time being. But Megan knew what she had felt, what she had seen. She never returned to the barn again. The ghost she had once laughed off was now something terrifying, a shadow of dread lingering just out of sight. Even during her senior photo shoot, the barn felt like a looming reminder of that night. She couldn't shake the feeling that she was no longer welcome there. The barn and its secrets remained locked away, but the fear stayed with her, a haunting memory of her brush with the unknown. And there you have it, folks. A haunting tale of a seemingly ordinary barn turned into a supernatural nightmare. What do you think happened to Megan and her cousins? Was it just an overactive imagination of young children, or was something more sinister lurking in that barn? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you want more of this wild paranormal real-life madness, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe, because we got plenty of more where this came from. I'm Arudai, and until next time, stay curious, stay cautious, and remember, sometimes the scariest things are the ones we can't explain.